Hey, it's we're recording.
All right, hello, everybody. Welcome to the June 2026 meeting of Rochester Land Bank Corporation Board. I call the meeting to order. Here's we've got a fairly light agenda today, which is always welcome. But happy to stretch this meeting as long as you would like.
What are we avoiding?
Some people have been in this room for a long time. I understand correctly. So we'll go ahead with approval of the minutes from the May 18th meeting. Assume everybody has taken time to review. Are there any comments, questions, or concerns on said minutes? If not, do we have a motion to approve? Moved and seconded. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you very much. Next up are our treasurers and disbursement reports. The treasurer is unable to join us today, so I trust that Land Bank staff will gladly walk us through anything here.
But yes, so starting with the disbursements, we have our monthly security monitor for ENS. Those properties going undergoing development. We have a business owners policy for the Rochester Housing Development. So then that's sponsored. We have monthly property management, monthly invoice. We have $4,567 to our community for 9 months. We have we went at 37th of March, $42,400. And one for sewage construction, 351 or 20,005. Both of those Glide is are those both rehabilitated or Glide is fully.
Well, Glide is fully read.
So Glide is fully rehab now.
Yes. Yep.
But both are rehab. No,
Glide.
no, Glide is not. Glide is fully rehab. And to be sold. And then 42,400 is that wrong? That is a draw request from Bar, but I believe that's the final draw before.
So we will probably get another invoice coming up. I happened to just talk to him earlier. He said he should be done within the next week or two with the
For the
exterior. The exterior only. Yes.
And then for his turnkey, invoices differently. So the 715 is not the total monthly cost. And then material was their revenue. Expensive. Always been taken. For the grant assessment. Okay, so that is all. I think for this one, except Sharika did mention that due to the during closing, there will probably be some adjustments after that point in time.
Hearing more. All right, then we'll move on to our discussion items. There are four listed, but I have to have first up, move in. Yeah, I'm
So moving to New York, which you all know, the grant that the land bank, applied to, was awarded money for, it's for the construction of 50 cross-mount homes. That's scattered, they're kind of, they're, kind of getting, or concentrated, one area on our street.
Oakland and Volusia.
Oakland Solutions. Yep, so all around there, those lots have been identified. Need to work, kind of coordinate closely, with the folks in New York State. And we're starting to coordinate right now, utility coordination, only with our water. And then 1-800 big to it. Get it all cited. We are in regular communication with the New York State staff. We got into science specs, bid docs, all the supporting documentation, for those specific preferences that we want for each property. So cross mounts, things that can actually order and building. We're also overseeing the middle process for the subdivision zones on the property. And so we're kind of evaluating the costing, the costing of the houses. Proving to be a little bit more than what we originally thought, all coming out of the grant, so, we're working through that budget right now. Building the team.
So, we have submitted the maintenance to for the two contractors. We've given them the recommended state ready to respond. We didn't have one question asked for. Isn't it really? So, that 3 deadline. June 29th. So, it's back. Posted, we were told that the announcement of the project is made by David Brinks, the budget for the.
So, as you notice that, I don't remember if I asked the question before. But as it relates to the sanitary and storm sewer system, in terms of the drawing, are we looking to do separate laterals coming onto the street, or we're doing individual?
Individuals are.
No. So if you have your storm sewer.
Oh,
versus your breakwaters,
yeah, no, it'd be individual, but we're not
Okay. Okay. And then if we get to the street and it's in a combined sewer system, then it is tie into one.
Yeah, that we use Y.
Okay. Just curious, because that could add to your costs.
It could, yeah. No, it's many of them, but it could be. If it does, we'll have to address that at the time. Again, it's supposed to all be coming out of the state grant dollars, so. The back of this. State, put in more money.
So what we're proposing, everything.
That's the theory of the grant. Grant's supposed to cover all of them.
And was there anything we want to hire? Might not.
So we concerned about the joining being.
Mayor's
visible.
fine.
Yes, that is the design of one, that's not, is how it would go away for one of the contracts, that would be for one of the contracts. Or, the other contractor, there's an option for that to go away. And it would be, that would go away, in the design that has the higher pitch roof and the higher to it. But it would still be there if you know with the design for the detached garage. which we did a mix in our, request to that with contractor. So it's the same design elements, where you could either have the option of a garage and it's thing, but only when for the other contractor, they did not have the option of each group. So all of them will have garage.
When you say the pictures, you're just talking about the slope so you can have storage above it?
Exactly, it's not like another.
Okay.
Do we have a sense of time frame at this point? And I only ask because we discussed forming separate entity.
Well, it would seem to make sense that we get back the bids and see what the cost. Two parts, that's our after, we support and do bond. It's like a $25,000 bond to have the course until they sell. So I just, but the actual construction, it's like 6 months, but. Yeah, I don't think. we should. Okay.
Where's the sign? What can't be played?
Yes, so the state has filled in what is the.
This is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it fit under this one. Yeah.
Got it on.
Yeah, there's a couple different models of. Are. 14s and some of them higher. 1,300, kind of a round number.
They're all three vectors.
Their idea was that sale proceeds, which can. What is the income?
It's between, so the hope was that it would be between 7. 120, 130, but it's between 60 and 85.
Okay, that's good. So their thought was that the sale proceeds would, obviously goes back to them, but then would become.
Revolving.
Aren't you right? With costs increasing. I'm assuming we're not alone, right? Just
I wish.
all across the state. So,
That's,
yeah.
in Monroe County, they said it's about. They're doing 3, and it's about some of the 200,000. What all? What? Wow. Yeah, I mean, they are, it's a different, the county is a different part, right? But. I don't know. So we'll see.
Well, yeah, the product being, if it's in. Hamlin.
I think they're in recent change. So that's not good.
Yeah, not too far off that. Iterate.
And that the site prep is all on us, not a part.
No,
or
it's, so
part of
we
the
have to do
contract.
it, but
Right.
it's part of the overall cost.
Okay. So, we have the.
So, we have properties that are just about ready, to be put online for. We're going to interior complete, we have, our. Real estate specialists have gone around and taken photos. Photo, so we are hopeful that we will get them up before the end of the month. Spoke to Matt Griffel, and he thinks that we are now worthy of a branding. We're gonna design that, and we're gonna use some the photos that Richard took before and after of our first project for working highway, so that people know what they're getting into, don't have to rely on their knowledge. So, as I said, we're hoping by the end of the month that we will have those up. We have our intent is that the sale price will be right around, the purchase price will be right around, 20,000 for each of the properties, so that we can keep it, such that if you can get a mortgage for $100,000, you should be able to afford to do that. So that purchasing the rehab would be $100,000 that would be the responsibility of the purchaser, and then audit. Subsidy, with. Oh, so these are properties that are already undergoing, rehab, so one of them is, there's a barn, it's one, one that is 91 Walnut Street, 208.
May go forward. If we have a resident that's interested in those properties, we are the legal list on properties.
So they're not available for sale yet. They will go on the website and there's an application process. The application has both the application for the program, as well as the application for the lender, home headquarters, who will provide that application we have now. We do know to put notes on the website that, you know, if you're interested in the property, you would need to qualify for around $100,000 for it.
So they have to go through that.
Yes.
And with that, I'm sorry, you know, asking lots of questions. And so with the home headquarters mortgage, can they qualify for any other home funding?
Yes.
Can they
so-
stack?
Yes, so they are eligible for the city's first-time home buyer closing funds, and then those are not least sufficient. Home headquarters, which is the CFI in Syracuse, is provided. They often have a closing down payment grant that is something.
All right, that's kind of cool.
We are very excited.
What's the
One, good.
Oh, this is, what's the vacuum? So, yeah.
That is not, so it's what's needed. We want to make sure we're keeping the price in the range for that.
But we count that anticipated.
So yes, so the subsidy for single family homes, that are being funded from the state, with the LDI grant, we told them approximately like that.
Hmm. So how soon do you expect these to go from? And
The expectation is by the end of, so since they're building the landing page. This is it, so we will certainly make you all aware.
I'm excited for some folks that I know not very into. Yeah.
So it is an exciting opportunity because it's, you know, that it's in a price range that a number of city residents could reach. But people need to understand the rehab is not complete. We're doing the rehab after you purchase it, but there's
I have a number of people that have already lined up to get all that are interested like right now, and they're thinking and they can put one out, like they bombed out on the whole bidding process, and then as a realtor, I tell them, I said, you know what, I don't really care about the commission. If I see something from the city, I'll send you to the city and go through that process. Just go through the process and don't worry about me. Just do what you gotta do to get qualified, because they've been bombing out so badly with the bidding process. And I want people to have a home.
You need to get started,
Yeah,
but walk away from it. It's a bit right out of
a lot of people those that out there feeling. Let's come first, sir. First,
Yes, eligible. Um. Yeah.
It's nothing more.
Wow. Right. Rochester Roots, which they are, existing structurally affordable homeownership opportunity. Contract. We really expect to close works and we thought it would be Friday. But, we are expecting to close in June. We are, you know, what we're going to do, you know, our items in the state to be stated by the let's be fine. So we get the waiver, the county is satisfied, I believe, I wanted to put some. It was they would have in-person quarterly, meeting, for ARPA grants, which is where our money comes from. Their last one was Friday, and so, even though I'm not close, I was invited to that one, it was very, very, kind of inspired to see how having that continues to start up on. And there's various places that, you know, they work here, they come here, but it actually, you know, this week. Community that helps support, so like, I'm gonna get with wildlife or so there's some other housing funding going on. But I still, like, ABC, and so it was, you know, great to see that. And, you know, county, so that they know that you close and short, you don't know. But, that's all I have. Oh, I think I'm sorry. You have a certificate of income. Need to be signed by each of the board members. For our language. We are setting up our. That is the low language standing. This one's number one actual purchase, that's RR. That we never called it. We're actually speaking to see, but it is the work of everybody. So that's how it works. Yeah.
That's fun.
Mosier. Which, it's small, it's not, anytime there's a state association, and anytime the state association does something that's not in partnership with another entity, like one thing. But it was very exciting. I'm a consultant, with a company that is run by Kim Graziano. I don't know if I remember her, she, was and still, the 5 weeks of community progress. And then we were doing our evaluation of the tax lien project in Rochester, and 10 or 12 weeks ago, this is what. So, she remembers this. Well. She is it was a very productive week, it was very instructive as well, and it's great to be, pretty much one person from Atlantic Bank, so the executive director is like that. Yes, and, there was some really good discussion. Many of the rural land banks, their primary concern is pipeline property to the land bank, which, you know, certainly expanded on, and it certainly needs to be for all of us, but that seems to be even much more of an issue for them in funding, whereas it feels like there's easy, you know, funding always to right to and so there was some talk about how to get some resources to use for to approach land philanthropic organizations providers. So there's an idea of some marketing materials where you can put customized. By the chair, so that, you know, overarching, like, some years ago, we went through the, I mean, what we were looking for to elected official, that they might best be something that could then to consider each one. More professional, you know, uniform, this was in the swim right, but that's something that, that's at the state level. They talked about, doing some legislative applications to be making that part of buildings. Next year, modifications to the actual real estate or property act that would identify homeowners. Those that are do that additional amount of time, review their properties as opposed to all property owners. So homeowners fix the law, but it's not defined, so. They can, that's trying to conversation to help time. It was a very good day. Critical, so. But there should be people who come out of that.
Right.
That, I have one more thing. We'd like to congratulate the land bank staff who actually leaves the office with a vote on the closing of 131 York Street with our owner occupants.
Yep.
Landlord. It was very exciting. There is
We did it.
yes.
We did it, Joe.
Sorry. And the realtor, the realtor has
Huh?
applied to make for.
Last Wednesday.
So I don't think the probably for sold time, but. Which things?
Well done.
Thank you.
Anything else? We go around?
One thing.
Third.
The house notice the cobblestone house.
Oh,
They are actually known as the cobblestone. The RFP will be released this week. Communications is working on a press release right now. RFP is written, page is written. All we need is the green light from communications and we go live with it. As you all know, the property is not being tested. Such a park initiative, no one's allowed to do it. So they'll be submitting their RFPs based on an engineering report that Novella did. As these first requiring, Novella has also refused to make it built. So it's just a. I want to take a grim picture of it, but that's the picture of it. It's in really poor condition. So we're hoping someone, you know, is really to take it on. The price will not be deterred. I'll think it's worth $1. $1 fee waive.
I would just make sure that whoever we're getting, they should, at least, we should see the property. And not somebody in California say, I think if we get this, and then it becomes a problem for us. When I say us, meaning code enforcement in the city in general, making sure that we're on top of it, that they have to do what they need to do.
Yes, good point. Very good point. We did incorporate a waiver in there as well. Council request. That's it. Yeah, that's probably good. That's a good requirement before we would actually accept it. And make sure that we actually put somebody on site.
Know what you're getting into.
Yeah. So, anyways, you'll see that coming out soon. We'll see what happens. If there is no interest, I think it's telling us that the market is speaking and that property doesn't come to this.
Oh, you're gonna have plenty. The pictures.
$1 to the engineering.
Plenty.
Painted very clear picture.
A rehabilitation? That's an excellent question. So the requirements of this RFP for the development of the property is very specific. It must be developed to its last certificate of occupancy, which as far as we can see, there's been one commercial space and two residential. Has to be that way. Okay, we are looking at somewhere between 4.5 to 5.5 million.
Wow, make those numbers.
It's,
Correct, it'll take a lot for that to pencil out. You'll need to own it for, you'll need to own it for 80 or 90 years.
it's similar to at least one other property example I can think of. The problem with this is that it needs to be environmentally remediated at the same time as it needs to be structurally stabilized. And there's a question as to how you do those two activities at the same time, because you can't do one without the other, because there is asbestos laying around on the floor. Because of the roof damage and water and ceiling tiles and just crumbling basically. So you have to start in the basement wearing very specific gear, and both things have to happen simultaneously. Yes, yeah, that's not even, there is no hold harmless indemnification agreement that would protect anybody in that scenario.
Then I think we approached, we then approached, mother decision making and really gave that. We have given, we have done what we needed to do to put this property out there. The market has spoken, $1 doesn't get this sold. But this property has come to the end of its life, it must be demolished. It has become a real nuisance property, it's not, it's clearly unsafe. Before, we all know, we've all lived through it, around here, the weather, the wind. Any.
No. Could there be stuff in between, could you consider like a one more?
Oh, absolutely. I think we can look at how do we preserve or interpret the history of the site, right? Rather than just what's already, that would have to be part of it. I think there is a number for the demolition that has to be abated.
It has to be abated, but no one's allowed in and no one's going. Well, we would have to do it with the environmental conditions in place. We would have to pay the tipping fees or we go to a specific landfill that accept this type of material.
Yep.
We are well into the 6 figures. We're closer to 7 than 6 figures. But it's not 4.5 million. No, we're probably 500,000-600,000.
Part of the RFP is requires them to demonstrate that they would have the financial support to be able to complete the renovation, etc.
Yep.
Any proposals would be starting that.
That's the property. That's that property. Hopefully something positive happens. If not, we'll have that. That'll be very good.
It will be interesting to see.
All right, anything else for the good of the board? If not, do we have a motion to adjourn? Moved and seconded.
Oh. I left Roger on.
We can look at.
Moved, seconded, all in favor, aye.
Blame it on that age.